Hey guys, how's it going? As you guys might know, 20% of our land masses have not been explored yet. We discover new species all the time, and just because we haven't found something doesn't mean it's not out there, and it doesn't mean we're not going to find it eventually. Um, my name is Pierce, and I'm going to be discussing the possible existence of Bigfoot or Sasquatches in North America. These sightings have been going back like hundreds of years. Even before Europeans came over and colonized, Native Americans had like thought they were real. They were in a bunch of different tribes, cultures, like guardians of the forest and stuff like that. Like people have been seeing these things for years, and there's all this evidence that they're out there. And by examining these evidences and possible sightings by field researchers, it is entirely possible that an elusive bipedal creature remains undiscovered in the North American wilderness. Hundreds of evidence pieces from all over America, such as video recordings, footprint castings like tracks, and DNA samples, have all pointed to the possibility of Sasquatches. So the first the first piece of evidence I'm going to talk about are the video recordings. There are hundreds, I like literally hundreds of video recordings of Sasquatches that professionals and people on hikes just take. Sorry about that. Yeah, people on hikes just take, and although some of them are hoaxes and they've been proven to be hoaxes, there's a ton of them that when experts look at them, they can tell you that it's not a human. They don't know what it is, and even experts are can be pretty confused on what they see in the videos. The most controversial and well-known film evidence is the Patterson film, which was recorded in 1967 and is still debated today. And a National Geographic analyst named Bill Munns analyzed the film and concluded that it couldn't have possibly been a human in a costume. The ligaments and body proportions were inhuman, and at the time, that would have been impossible to do. Even today, that would have been really hard to do. So he concluded that the Patterson film is 100% authentic and is one of the best recordings of a Sasquatch that we have today. And you could even go on YouTube right now and find like literally hundreds of videos of Sasquatches, pictures of them, and you kind of have to look and see for yourself, and you have to be skeptical when you look at them because they might be fake. You don't know. Like people hoax things all the time, but it doesn't change the fact that there are authentic videos out there that leave experts confused to this day. The next piece of evidence I'm going to talk about are the hundreds of tracks and footprints from an unknown species that matches Bigfoot descriptions. Like states like Washington, Colorado, the mountainous parts of California, Oregon, like all these places, even Florida, like they get experts will go out in the wild and find these crazy footprints that are inhuman, like they're kind of like human shaped, but they're just like really big footprints. And we haven't discovered any animal that could possibly make these. And they do match the Sasquatch descriptions, like the body proportions, like they would have feet that big. It just makes sense. Like you can't really doubt it. Yeah, according to LifeScience.com, like uh, states with the most amount of Bigfoot reportings will have also the most amount of these footprints that people just find. An investigator, Jimmy Chilcutt of the Conroe Police Department, who specializes in finger and footprint analysis, he's been studying footprints and fingerprints for years, and he looked at more than 150 different casts of Bigfoot footprints, and he is 100% convinced that Bigfoot is real according to the analysis of the foot castings. And these footprints are just so similar and widespread throughout the whole United States that it's very unlikely that these footprints are a hoax. Like, someone would have to go really out of their way to go to each state and make all these footprints, which I highly doubt. Even though these previous pieces of evidence can be doubted, I doubt, it's highly unlikely, but there is scientific data that may prove the existence of this species even without a live specimen. And I'm talking about inconclusive DNA samples. And researchers are looking into the possibility that of Sasquatches. Researchers looking into the possibility of Sasquatches have found numerous DNA samples that doesn't match any known species like we have currently discovered. And the Ketchum project concluded very substantial evidence. A team of scientists basically can verify that the existence of Sasquatches, because they've been looking into this for 5 years, have acquired more than 100 samples of Sasquatch hair DNA. They have studied the hair and concluded that they can verify the existence of a hybrid species, otherly known as Bigfoot or Sasquatch, living in North America. And the study is currently under peer review, but I think I think it's a pretty big deal. I don't know that they can have DNA evidence that there is something out there. Like, you can't really make that up. And in my conclusion, I think it is important, to recognize the importance of Bigfoot, and we need to really protect the environment and their habitats, because we don't want them dying out or anything if they are out there, and we don't want to destroy their homes or anything. Um, yeah, we look at all these videos, footprints, and scientific data that they're out there. We just haven't found them yet. We might as well take the precautions and act like as if they are real, and I don't know, be on the lookout for them. I guess I don't know, or just leave them alone. We could do that too. It's whatever you want to do. I just think it's interesting in general. Like, if this is really out there, what else could be out there? I don't know. I like to think that way. And yeah, this was my presentation, and thank you for listening.